How does Alessio? Hope you're well. As I'm making this video right now, we can see that Bitcoin has finally managed to rally higher and take out that resistance at the September highs. We can see, in fact, Bitcoin has managed to rally into some key resistance levels right now. Let's discuss and talk about this. Join me. All right, guys, welcome back. Now, before we actually go into the discussion of this chart itself on the daily chart of Bitcoin, you can see that Bitcoin, in fact, has managed to rally today. In fact, just in the last few hours, Bitcoin has managed to rally here and hit a key level of resistance here, which we'll talk about in just a few moments. Before we do that, though, let me just play for you what I said in a member video just a week ago on Thursday. Here's the video clip, and we'll come back. If Bitcoin can take out that resistance that I just mentioned before, between 46,440 to 47,910, if it can manage to get above that resistance level, in the next few days and by next week, for example, then it actually increases the probability that we could be completing a potential wave 2 structure here. In other words, the wave count could increase in probability for a potential bullish wave 1 and a potential bullish wave 2. And a move above this structure, above this resistance level here, could increase the probability that we're dealing potentially with a likely wave 3. At the very least, a move above this yellow level here, 47,110, could give us that increasing probability that bulls are potentially regaining control here, and the odds of a wave 3 could increase. The odds are increasing now that we've potentially completed a correction here, this potential wave 2 correction. All right, guys, as you heard me say there in the member video, last week when Bitcoin was here, we mentioned this particular chart. Let me just show it to you. So here's the member video from last week, and this is the chart I showed. And I said that Bitcoin is going to persuade us that this correction here is likely completing. And by the way, this was likely an ABC correction, as we can see here. So this would likely be wave A, wave B, and likely wave C. And we said if Bitcoin can move into this resistance range and take out this level, then very likely this correction is completing here, and the probability increases that bulls are taking control, and we could see further upside potential. So you can see Bitcoin has managed to do that. In fact, has managed to rally higher and take out the prior highs, take out the prior September highs here, and it has now moved into this key level of resistance here. You can see the yellow line. That's a 2618 extension. That's a key level I do watch on my chart. And by the way, this level, this 2618 extension, if you were to actually measure this first wave here, and actually you project it from the low here, from these lows, so from these lows here, then that gives us the 2618 extension there at 55,375. Okay, so that's a key level I do pay attention to. And I'll give another example of this. For example, if you were to just zoom back a little bit, and if you were to measure this first wave back in the month of June, July, so back in the month of June, and then project that from this low here, so you project this first wave from the bottom here, the bottom in July, that actually gives us up to here is a 2618 extension. You can see it wasn't that far off before the market here actually then retraced back down again. So that's why it's a key level of resistance, the 2618 Fibonacci extension. So here's a few things we need to ask now. The first question is this. Well, firstly, is Bitcoin going to be able to now take out this resistance at the 55,375 level, the 2618 extension? So we need to see if there's more follow through above this level. Here's a second question, very important one, which is this support level at the blue line, the 50,000 psychological level here. Now, the 50,000 level, these round numbers are usually psychological levels of resistance. Now, Bitcoin has managed to get above this level, but that resistance is now support. So if Bitcoin is going to persuade us that we're moving into an uptrending scenario or in a bullish scenario, then it must remain above this support level of 50,000. Because if it were to fall below this support level, that actually could increase the probability this rally may have been a false breakout. Now, I'm not saying it's a false breakout. All I'm saying is that if Bitcoin does not persuade us by remaining above this level, by remaining above 50,000, and suddenly if it were to drop below this level, then it could increase the probability of a potential false breakout. So that's the second question now. The second question is, can Bitcoin now remain above that key support of 50,000 psychological support? And the third question is this, which is Ethereum. Now, if you're a Bitcoin maximalist, then you probably don't like the idea of me even bringing up the question of Ethereum here. Now, the reason why the chart of Ethereum is important is because you may remember from a previous video I made with Manuel Blythe, the Dow Theory, he said that he looks at the Ethereum chart to see confirmation. You brought Ethereum into the equation here. That's very interesting. You brought Ethereum because I did mention Ethereum as well. To look at Ethereum as well as a sort of a confirmation tool. What made you interested in combining Ethereum and Bitcoin? So you're saying that you look for Ethereum to confirm this, to increase the likelihood of this, am I right?
Exactly, because you gain accuracy, it's more accurate.
That's quite similar to how you use the transportation index And the stock market, the S&P, right?
It's the same. Confirmation helps. I've carried out many tests. For instance, gold and silver, GDX, silver, gold miners, silver miners, SIL.
Yeah.
And you will see in the very moment you include confirmation, your results improve. You get rid of false signals.
So you use Ethereum as more a confirmation tool in the same way you would apply Dow transportation.
Transports.
So it's always a good idea to combine a different chart, maybe a different crypto chart or altcoin chart, to get an extra degree of confirmation of what's happening on the chart of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin here, let me just go back to the chart. Bitcoin has taken out its September highs. Okay, so far, so good. But the chart of Ethereum shows that we're not yet above that level. Again, let's wait and see if Ethereum can now also confirm that and follow through above its September highs. Okay, there it is. September highs on Ethereum here are just about the 4,025 level there. So we need to see if Ethereum can now also confirm that by following through and moving above that level as well. Because by doing that, that actually increases the probability for Bitcoin as well, that potentially we're moving into a bullish uptrending situation here. Again, we'll have to see if those three things can hold. Again, just to summarize, the first question is, can Bitcoin get above that 261 extension? That's the first thing. The second one is, can it remain above the 50,000 support level to reduce the risk of a potential false breakout? And lastly, as I mentioned before, what happens here on the chart of Ethereum as well? Can it also get above the September highs? All right, guys, in tomorrow's members video, I'll be doing an Elliott wave analysis of the chart of Bitcoin and the stock markets. And if you're not a member, you can join that link you see right there. Thank you very much indeed. Bye for now.